Hello. Hello, Mick. Let's give it one more minute and then we're gonna start. So let's kick it off officially now. So welcome all in this session on the Stream1 Ion platform, the monthly update, season 2, episode 6. I'm Erik de Bond. I'm supposed to look after the platform here in Belgium and Luxembourg. If you have questions, remarks during the session, please do not hesitate to interrupt me. You can unmute yourself and speak, or you can use the Q&A or the chat window. Having said that, let's start. Agenda of today, new kid in the block or on town, something about the knowledge base, a trick on mailings, small recap on the white label storefront and the Microsoft way of managing tenants within Stream1 Ion. I'm not created too much slides. I think it's better to do more demos on these topics as far as I am able to do those. So let's start first with the new kid in town. As of last week, basically, we have a new ISV onboarded, which is Checkpoint. So from now on, you can start and also transacting cloud licenses of Checkpoint. The Harmony product line, so it's 5 products basically: the mobile, the SASE, the browse, the endpoint, and the email collaboration. So those 5 topics are available, or products are available for Checkpoint for purchasing and lifecycle management within Stream1 Ion. Today, invoicing is outside of the platform in Q2, that's our Q2, starting at March. That will also be able to be invoiced through the Ion environment, basically giving you a much clearer prediction on your view. Again, products available is a Harmony suite of products, which you can see on the right side of the slide. Question on products. So Checkpoint is not run out of our team. So it's run out of the security team, and this is where you can get information on the Checkpoint products themselves. Anything Ion related, Stream1 Ion related, it's up to us. Everything which is Checkpoint product specific, that it's the security team that will or is able to answer all your questions. How do you get started by using Checkpoint or transacting Checkpoint? Is basically first get enrolled into the partner program. So in your Stream1 Ion, you go to partners, you select TD-SYNNEX, then you select programs. You find, and it will be mostly on page 2 on the bottom of the screen, Checkpoint Reseller Program. You click Request Access, where you get the terms on screen that you need to accept, so that you know how the rules are at Checkpoint, cancellation rules, update rules, and all that nice stuff. You fill in the form, company name, admin first name and last name, and so on. And once that, you set request, and then the request is sent up to the backend to check your application and to grant you access to the Checkpoint product line. Very simple, and as of then, it's a normal way of purchasing products. You go to the marketplace, you select Checkpoint, or you start typing Harmony into the search bulk, and then you have the Harmony products that are available for purchasing within Stream1 Ion. Put it into the cart, go to the cart itself, product configuration. As you know, it in Stream1 Ion is the same flow afterwards with the specificity of Checkpoint Harmony products that are required. Cannot demo it today. Our demo account is not configured yet, so I can only do this on Slideware, but it is working. That was a brief one. Another short one is the knowledge base. Why am I emphasizing here the knowledge base? Because there's a lot of information in there that is very handy in case you have doubts on how to use and how to manage and how to work with Stream1 Ion. Where to find it? You see the small book on the top right of your Stream1 Ion interface. Then you have collections, or you can start a question. So let me show that to you. Where is my here? So here I am as a reseller. I can go to the resources. That's the knowledge base, and I can start really looking everything up of all Stream1 Ion ins and outs, all ways of working, getting started. So what is the first things you should know? Modules, specific module information that you want to see. Cloud provider, so Microsoft, IBM, ISVs, that's the assembly of all smaller partners like Checkpoint, like AvePoint, BitTitan, Acronis, and whatever we have as a ISV on the platform. Trainings that you will undertake, so the 5 minutes trainings on all those products, and release log. So what is changing the platform over the last couple of weeks or months. So basically all articles very interesting. For instance, I want to purchase Checkpoint. This is a gamble. Should be available. So it's now looking to the database, to all articles that have to do with purchasing Checkpoint licenses. There it is. If you can go here, so it's in the 25 release. You can check what's available in your region. For instance, this is only in Europe available for Holland, Belgium, Luxembourg, and top of my head, I think it's Austria. Other countries need to wait a little more. So as Harmony pay-as-you-go pricing you can find, and how do I start a purchase? So basically you go in and then you can really find the articles on how to purchase and how to work with those Harmony products of Checkpoint. Very useful knowledge base. Each time there's an update of the platform, the knowledge base is also adapted. So where to find it? Turn to the platform. The booklet on the top right, and then you can just go into the knowledge base. Very handy tool if you have a small question. If you don't find the answer correctly, or you are not fast enough, you can always obviously contact us to get more information on the platform way of working. I highlighted 2 topics here in the slide. That is, first of all, if you start using the white label storefront, is how to customize your URL. So on the top bar, the URL bar is not saying TD SYNNEX, but it's saying, hey, my company, for instance, Eric de Bond, company.com in the URL, which is obviously better for your customers to see your URL and not ours. So that's an article on how to set that up, how to request this change, and what you need to do on DNS on your level. The second article, the visit section, and you can go into it, is how to get emails being sent out of the platform. We're using the email templates being sent from your email domain and not from TD SYNNEX. So a mail is coming from something at my company, .be or .com and not TeleSynix.com when you send out a mail. So those are two important articles to communicate with your customers. So one is the custom URL of the white label storefront that you can change into yours. The second one is get your own email from address or from domain when you send an email out using the templates in Streamline Ion. Okay. Questions, remarks? Again, you can unmute yourself. You can put something in the Q&A or in the chat window. I don't see anything yet. Okay. Next topic is an issue that we ourselves are encountering a lot, but also I noticed you and your colleague partners of TeleSynix is basically the way to work better with email addresses in Streamline Ion, in a sense that, well, the issue is that every email of your customer needs to be unique. So if you have a customer that has two departments or two companies, and you need to create two companies or customers within Streamline Ion, you need to make sure that you have a unique address. And or you might want to receive mails from multiple environments, from multiple tenants or multiple customers into the same email address. For instance, your own mailbox support or customers or whatsoever. So there is a trick which is not new, that exists since 2010, I think already, but it's using the plus in an email address. What does it do? I'll give you an example. So I need to send a mail to customers@mycompany.com. So that's the email of the customer. In this case, can be yours, can be whatever. So you can use the email address customers plus customer1@mycompany.com. What happens? The mail will be sent to customers@mycompany.com. In the field, in the from field, you will see customers plus the cust1 suffix at my company. If you want to log on with that account into Streamline Ion, you can use the customers plus customer1, or you should use that. If at that moment the customer would ask for a password reset, obviously the mail will be sent to customers@mycompany.com. So in this way, you can have two flies in one go. Is saying, look, okay, I have unique email addresses, but in the end, it's the same user behind it just by using this suffix. So let me try to show you that. Need to go here. Let me close this first because they're not in my way. So let's go to a customer of us, which is Steby. Let's take Steby B. This case. So here in the users customer information, I have this. Let me change this to Eric Punt at plus ABB at TeleSynix.com. Yes, let me copy this out, Control-C and save it. Now let's see at the users. Yeah, this is always, it is an important change. It did work this morning. Don't know why it's now blocking. It must be Murphy. I know that you experience also this from time to time in the platform. Let's try to change it here then. Control-V. Save. And done. Okay, that was faster. So if I go to the marketplace and I want to put the product here from Microsoft, this is the kiosk. You should tell me that the, oh yeah, I did sign it. I did sign the MCA, I think. STBB. I tend to forget always to put a, see, the MCA is not signed, so I can send a reminder. You see this reminder will go to Eric de Bond at +tbb@tdcinema.com. So let's send it out. By the way, the URL for the MCA is always the same. So you don't, if you have it once, you have it. You don't need to copy it each time over. So now an email is sent to that email address. Let's wait 2 seconds that it comes into my mailbox. Seconds. So obviously, while the mail is arriving, here it is. So let me open it. So the mail arrived into my mailbox, but you see here that it is with, so the visible indication that it is STBB. If I open this, you will always see the details here. But in fact, it is sent without the plus and what is behind the plus on that. Do not put a point in there or any other weird character, just use a word or numbers to be able to get those mails sent out. So if I want to log on now, as a customer here in White Label Storefront, I should use this Eric.debond plus tbb@tdcinema.com to log on into this customer on the White Label Storefront. So that also might make it easier for your customers to start working if they want to manage multiple customers, or customers, multiple tenants, or multiple customers in Stream1 Ion, to be able to switch from one to the other just by logging on using the other suffix in the email address. Okay. Now, 2 small recaps. One is on the White Label Storefront. Why? Well, we did launch it a couple of weeks ago, almost a month ago now, and we see that, well, it's not used too much today, and basically we want to emphasize how you can work with your customers, or better, how can you let your customers work for you? So let's make a self-service portal for your customers where they can themselves eventually purchase licenses or manage licenses or see reports or whatever. So small recap. So what can you do? You have your customers, 100, 200, 5, 10, whatever. You can group them together with specific needs, and I will come to that in the next slide. For instance, saying I want to group all my charity customers together, or my schools together, something like that, or special needs. For every group, you can specify what that group can do on Stream1 Ion on the White Label Storefront. For instance, yes, they can purchase. The other group might not be able to purchase. One group can perform lifecycle management. The other group might not be able to perform lifecycle management, and so on. So there are multiple categories that you can switch on or off for each specific group of customers. After that, you create multiple storefronts, 1 per group. They can look exactly the same, but it's a one-on-one relationship between the store, so the way it looks to the customer, and the groups. Why? Otherwise, it will be confusing for you and for the customer or for the system, because if you have 2 groups, 1 store, 2 stores, what would you select? So basically that's why there is 1 store per group and 1 group per store. You can create exclusion rules, and I come back to that in the next slide, what these are, where you can create basically saying, don't show this product to the customers whatsoever. You can assign those to multiple groups or directly to customers even. You can also do recommendation rules, meaning if a customer goes to the marketplace and he buys business standard, you might say, hey, maybe you better add the Defender for Office 365, or maybe you better go to business premium. So basically that way to show on screen tips to the customers to better have his environment secured or upgrade to the better licenses to be able to sell more services and to have a better environment. So exclusion rules, just an example. You don't need to follow this, obviously. So I have 5 rules here. It's always excluding. So there is a charity. I want to exclude charity from the marketplace for the customer. Academic, trials, specialized products, for instance, an AFPoint or a checkpoint. You say, no, for the most part of my customers, these are too complicated to purchase themselves. They don't know the rules, don't know the ins and outs. So I don't want to show these kind of products to the customers. And for instance, the 5th one I created is I always want my customers to buy everything in a one shot. So they buy yearly. I don't want them to pay monthly. They always need to pay yearly. So these are 5 rules I created, and then depending on the groups that I created, I assign those rules to the different groups. For instance, my small commercial customers, well, to avoid that they buy accidentally a charity which will not be able to be deployed onto the tenant, or academic, because they don't have the qualification. So to avoid these mistakes, I take those products out. I don't want my customers, any of them, to start playing with trials. It's too dangerous. If they put the renewal on, they get the 25 license activated and so on. So you can see here just a demo on how you can minimize risk and confusion for your customers when they start working themselves in the white label storefront. Excluding a product will also be so it's out of the marketplace, but also not able to upgrade into the product. So imagine you would say, oh, I take all business premiums and a customer business standard. They won't see it in the marketplace, but he will not be able to purchase or to upgrade, not immediately, nor at renewal into business premium, because you excluded that out of the white label storefront for that customer. I create a 4th group, which is high end. These are customers where I say, look, they have an IT environment, they have some people of knowledge. So there I want them to do everything. They are smart enough, they will not make mistakes. So I give them more rules. You can create more groups, you can make other assignments, up to you. Keep it simple. Don't start building 25 rules at the same time. Now, how does this look into StreamOne Ion? Therefore, here I go to the storefront management. Let's go first to the general settings. You see I created those 4 groups where you can see in general customers who is a member of that group. You see them on top. Yeah. See Stevie, all the Stevies are in here. If I go to the non-profit group, for instance, cancel non-profit, and I want to search for Stevie, they are not available because they're already in another group. Yeah, so customer can always be member of one group. This again to avoid headaches, in the sense that what would they see in the end. So this is the group, and then you have the module availability, where you can say, well, this group, they can see the dashboard, they can purchase, which is the marketplace. Yes, I work with quotes. I don't work with quotes, turn it off. I don't work with orders. I don't want them to see all the orders, or yes, you do want to see the orders. Subscription management, we're not going to use reports. You turn on and off per basically group. So per group, you can decide what functionality is available for those customers. So that's one thing. Taxes, that's future. And then you have the global footer links, where you can add links up to you what you want. The management of the storefront itself, where you have a default template. Any customer not in a group, when they access the white label storefront, will be going to the template. You cannot change it. You can make a copy, which I did to make my store number 1. which is basically how this looks like. Okay, where you have your header with your logo, the menu options that are available, and per item you can select, you can edit the way you want to present this to your customers. So for the Spotlight products, extra information that you want to show, all this is per group basically definable. High-end customers, low-end customers, charity customers, whatever you want, you can create the storefronts up to your needs. If you want to just all look the same, you just make a copy and then you have them. You can also work with resource libraries. If you say, look, I made this nice collateral, put in the library, and you can reuse it into the multiple storefronts, so you don't need to recreate the collateral each time. And you have the authentication settings where you can change also the image on the welcome screen, so the landing page for the customers. On the right side, you can put your image, your logo, and the text. The left side will always be gray with the email address to log on and the password for the customers. You can change the text, you can change whatever you want to do here on this login page. Sign up settings is when you want customers to sign up themselves. So you don't say to the customer, hey, here is your password, go to the white label storefront with this URL. Customers find the URL, they can say, oh, I want to start using this. Then they can sign up for it, and then you can say, yes, I want email verification, so they get an email stating, yes, this is me. I want address fields to be filled in, so the full address of the company. The EULA acceptance on the platform, so it can be your text, can be Tedecinex text, or combined. Say these are the rules. If you buy something, you know, per vendor, it's a different way of working with cancellations, with changes, and so on. So beware that, well, you will be held to the rules of the vendor, and no exceptions can be made, and so on. So all these things can be put into the authentication settings of the customer. And I have the rules, where I created a couple of rules. For instance, I said, don't show any 3-year license, don't show non-profit licenses, how this is created, manage rule. Okay, so I'll give it a name. Next, we will go into the verticals, and in the verticals, I selected charity. So every product which is over all vendors, because it's vendor agnostic, that has a label charity will be excluded out of the marketplace for the customer. You can give it a time, yes, until disable, a starting date and an end date. You might say, look, Microsoft releases a new product in July, or no, and you say, look, I want to first test it out, so I'm not going to make it available until July. Then you make a rule, exclude that product, and make it starting now until 30th of June. It will not be available. 1st of July, the product becomes available for that customer, or forever. That is until disabled. Next, we have a summary. Save and publish, and the rule now is being created and published. When it's on, it's available, it will work. When it's off, obviously it will not work. So some samples here are try to create something to allow or to take out the power applications. That rule can be deleted. This is the rule that I say I will only want to have monthly, yearly or monthlies. How does this rule looks like? So it's all conditions must be met, or at least one condition must be met. Important distinguish between the two of them. So the subscription term I created here is 1 to 3 years, and the billing cycle is monthly. So if both are defined onto the into the rule, those products will be shifted out or filtered out of the equation. Notice, for instance, software subscriptions you can buy for 3 years with 20 monthly payment will be taken out as well at that moment. So beware of what you do. You can add here condition only when it's NCE. So then the software subscriptions will remain active, available. If you say at least one condition must be met and you make these rules, not much will have, because it says when it's 1 year or 3 year, will be taken out and monthly payments will be taken out. So then basically for Microsoft, not much will be left. Okay, Chris, very good question. Order mails being sent out to the reseller when the customer adds seats or do a purchase. Okay, I'll come back to that later. It's in the next slides, basically. Can a customer add a PO when ordering? Yes. So per line, they can add a PO. That's a very good question, a very good remark. So when they purchase in the white label storefront, they can order or add a PO. Let me try to access it, otherwise you can see it. What I need to do is here. So the rules basically they are. So at least one condition: be careful not to filter out too much, and all conditions must be met. And then again, you have the date, and then you can publish it, and it's available. It's active. So let me try to access the white label storefront. Let's do it in a private window. Obviously, you accept all our cookies. And here I need to go to this one. Yeah, my authenticator code. 2 seconds, please. So yes, as a customer, you also need the custom. Stay safe and buyer should be 246642. So here I am as a customer, obviously on our STB7 customer, which we always use for demos, where you see my Spotlight products, you see my banner, you see my text. So everything which is basically on the layout that I created. I go to the marketplace. Let me purchase a kiosk. You see here, I filtered out the yearly monthlies. If I go back to my rules here, you see here that the yearly monthlies no spread payment is enabled. If I disable it, and I go back to my customer and I do again a search on kiosks, you will see now that the yearly monthly is available. So it really goes very fast to filter out all those products. Another one, for instance, I don't want my customers to buy without Teams. We can make a rule that those products are not available. So let's put it into the cart. So second product, I add it to the cart. Obviously, customer sees his buying price, not your buying price. I think that's an important detail. So when they can configure the plan, and this is where you can, all the customers then add their PO. It's the PO from them to you. It's not the PO from you to the Scenics, obviously. I don't look at the prices. This is me playing around with price books and stuff. So this is the PO of 260126. Oh, that's a nice day. You click and put the auto renewals on or off, and they can do alignment of dates if they would like to continue. And then purchase. Close. And place your order. Yes, so now the order is being placed, goes to Microsoft and will be normally applied to the tenant. So now here as a reseller again, I can see that order. And this is the one I created, still on hold because it's being checked. Now let's go to the mailbox. I will get a mail in a couple of minutes. So you get then this kind of emails that are available. The status updated of a license. So the status is deleted. The text can be adapted. Don't look at the text. It's just the content that is important. A new subscription has been, an invitation has been signed. A new purchase that has been done. Another new purchase. Oh, this is something else. This is out of the orders module, but we're still working on that. Upcoming renewals that can be sent out to you. Required. Okay, the MCA that can be sent out. So all these lines, which is what is this? Product issue did not get processed. So you can also see the failures. Why it is not processed. So all these mails are available. Get a new purchase. And there are also some changes in here. This is the URL. Let's go more back in time. You see here, this is a change quantity from 2 to 1. This is done from 1 to 2. So all those changes are also available for you to receive this as a email. How does that work? Where is now my, here it is. So basically you have these templates. So there is also one new subscription quantity update, subscription renewal update, setting subscription status update, subscriptions upgrade, and also, okay, the accolade is a bit big here, sorry for that. And so this is what did your customer do on the white label storefront. So you get those emails to be sent to you. Where can you find them? Okay, here, email templates. What are you called again? Let me check. It's customer subscription quantity. Customer subscription. Those, so here, new customer subscription. To admin is always to you. To customer is to the customer. So that's clear. For instance, if I take quantity update, you see this is the text. How they is shown old quantity, new quantity, and those fields you can add into the mail as well. So you can all those fields you can then, so to make it more readable, you can change the fonts, you can change the color. It's up to you. It's sent from obviously Office Data. So this one you can change. You can change it into yours. Per default is sent to the information. Yes, this code changes. The default email address is this one. So when you go to the account information, there's a default address which is sent. But as you saw in the BCC, you can put, for instance, other groups or other users. Depending on the template, even you can say this goes to support, or this goes to purchase, or this goes to customers, whatever you want. You can put them into the BCC of the email template. Okay. Questions, remark. Yeah, other question, is it possible to add a PO when increases seed quantity? Yeah, so you receive an email when there's a seed change, but you cannot change the PO. At that moment, the order is still the order. At that moment, if you want to change the PO, the customer should go into the cloud account and change the PO over there. So that's not foreseen because it's not a new purchase. Only in new purchases, POs can be added into the buying cycle. Other question. Okay, so can you have one login, one user for different tenants on white label storefront? So no, today not. We're working on that. So the multi-tenant functionality will be there, we think, in summertime. But today, for each tenant, you need to create another user in StreamOn, another customer in StreamOn Ion, and every customer has his own logon. And then you can start working with the plus in the email to say, okay, this is my email address. I had plus company 1 plus company 2 plus company 3 at my domain, and then you can work on that way. We know it's a burden, but the multi-tenancy is coming up, we think, in summertime. That's roughly the planning right now. Okay. Other topic is the management of tenants in for Microsoft, more specific. White label storefront is agnostic. It's all vendors. So basically, when you create a new tenant, so before you created the customer, you go to the marketplace, you put a product into the chart, only one, go to configure product, and then you could link or create a new tenant. That is changed. So today you create a customer file in StreamOn Ion. So you know whether they have a tenant. If they have a tenant, yes, you can link the tenant into the cloud providers section. Even though you can create a tenant, yes, you have the MCA accepted by the customer. Yes, this is outside of StreamOn Ion, so it's a fixed URL that you can send to every customer. They need to sign it before any purchase is possible. Yeah, you see the dotted line. If you would go to create a tenant and immediately go to the marketplace, you will get a red box stating, hey, your MCA is not signed yet, and then you need to sign it anyway. So if you add a product to the cart, we're going to check whether the tenant is configured, because if you create a customer file, you go to the marketplace and you put a product of Microsoft in the cart, you will get a red banner stating that no tenant is configured. If no, well, you go back into the link or create. If yes, we're going to check whether MCA is signed. If not, okay, have it signed and go back into the cart. If yes, continue purchasing as you know. Integration of the tenant, you will see the username, the admin account, and the one-time password on screen. Yes, and an email is sent to the email that is specified on the customer file. So if you're on the customer file, you say Eric plus customer 2 at my domain or my company, it will go to that email address. Yes. So that's might be interesting to have it to yourself. Why? Because who can sign the MCA for Microsoft? Any user with a global admin role or a billing admin role can accept the MCA. So if you create a new tenant, the only account that there is the one, is the admin, and the only person who has it at that moment will be you. So it's not 100% according to the rules of Microsoft, but you can at that moment go into the tenant and accept the MCA for the customer. At that moment, you can continue the purchase. If it's not signed, you will get a reminder link that can be sent to the customer as well to have the MCA signed. It's especially when you do a link tenant, so the tenant did already exist, then you can send this out to the customer and say, hey, don't forget to accept the MCA. So where is all this in StreamOn Ion? No, not here, here. So I'm here at a customer. Let's go to Staby. StBD, I don't know whether that's configured already. So you go to the cloud providers. Let's check whether that's already done. Oh, it's not done. It's already done. So let's create a new user, a new customer. Customers. Staby. Eric. StBA. Country is Belgium. and it is at trial 47 in Aalst. Okay, save. Always use the selected address. So basically, I just now created a customer in Stream1 Ion. This takes a couple of minutes. Okay. Where I clicked. Let's see whether it exists. STB. No. Murphy is in the house as usual. Belgium. 47 in Aalst. Let's hope it goes a bit faster now. While he's doing, let me copy this out. Let's go to customers here. So the one is still running. Let's go stable. So basically your cloud configuration, stable, say, cloud billing, cloud providers, CSP, you open it, you double click on the URL, and there you will see information on your customer. So this is the domain at Microsoft. Here the MCA is already signed. So this is the information you can find in here. Don't check either of those ones, but if they are checked, let them. That is something for us at the moment. Direct purchase would mean that we basically we do the purchase directly for the customer. So that's basically something we don't do. This is future use, so leave it off. Let's see how it is with my E. It's not there yet. So you see information. If you take a customer where the MCA is not signed, that was DB, I think. Cloud providers, CSP, here. You see it's not signed. If it gets signed, you click on the recheck, and then you get the status once it's signed. You can go here, send the MCA email, and then you get the email to the customer. Customers get the MCAs. You do the recheck or you wait a couple of hours because there is some syncing needs to be done, and then you can continue purchasing. If I go for the customers, STB, now customers, STB is already there. Let's try to buy a kiosk. That's the easiest one. And you will see as the MCA is not signed, you get this banner that it's not signed yet. You can send a reminder. You can eventually, if there are multiple users defined at the customer, select other email addresses. You can also manually copy the URL here and then send the invitation to the customer. Let's see now where we are with E. Okay. So basically, okay, I cannot show it at the moment. So if you go in, it's rather explanatory. You can link an existing or create an existing. At a certain moment, you will get the pop-up for the password, and then you can copy the password, and the email will be sent to that customer as well. Okay. Trainings. If you want to have some trainings on Stream.ion, go to the Brainshark in Channel Academy. That is the link. You select the catalog. Then you have the different modules. The agenda, upcoming events and trainings. So there is a list. So here in this uplink, you can see all the events. If you're in the table and you click whatever, with this underlined here, you go straight into that webinar or training or information, whatever you want. The next one of this series is February 23rd, where we have then, I had promised it for today, but Microsoft did not get all the information correct at the moment. We so cannot talk about the extended service term, which will be launched at the 1st of April. So I will need it next time. Also interesting is this one. So there is a series of tracks, 2 tracks, but 1 series of Copilot trainings or webinars. Well, you can read the slide. If you're interested, as you see, a free, fully online Copilot track. So you get a step-by-step guide on how you should start working with Copilot to enable your customers to work with it. So career journey, you can take 1 track or you can do them both. Obviously, track 2 will build a bit on track 1 to go further and deeper into those tracks. Questions, remarks? This. If you don't have any more questions at the moment, no problem. If you have more questions later on, hyperscale.be@tdcinex.com or microsoft.be@tdcinex.com, where we will answer your questions. Next session, February 23. So always Monday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there we hope to have all information on the extended service terms from Microsoft, because it is an important change on how to work with subscriptions where the auto renew is set to off. And that's the biggest change. Basically, Microsoft will create 2 flavors of that. 1 off meaning end, 1 off meaning no, we're going to do something else, which is the extended service term. Which is then a monthly, but you can stop anytime. There's a price increase and blah, 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 all that. But we'll have all the details on February 23rd, how it is be, what are the ins and outs, what are the rules, and how do you configure this or use it in Stream.ion. Okay. So if there are no more questions, remarks, hanging things. Okay, I would thank you all. Thank you for the applause. Well, if anything, contact us. You have our phone number, you have our email address, and one of our people in the team will contact you. As said, questions on Checkpoint, that is to the Checkpoint security team. Questions on Acronis are to the Acronis teams. So this the content of those products. IBM, same thing. We don't manage IBM out of our team. So those questions product-wise are on those teams. Ion related stuff, Stream.ion is in our team anyway. So that would be then ours. If you hesitate, you don't know it, send the question to us. We will forward it to the correct team if needed. For now, thank you very much for being here, for your attention, and for the interaction. Have a good day.